Vince. He's not doing anything with the talent he's taken off NXT. Those guys are phenomenal down there, and then they come up and they do nothing.
Finn Balor.
Dude, there's a list.
We can say, it's
anybody from NXT
and Bo Dallas. If there's a classic case of a guy that was built up in NXT to be something and turns out to be nothing, that's the guy. Because I'll tell you what, when you hold the title down in NXT, you are being showcased as possibly one of the next guys down the road for the WWE, and they screwed up this Bo Dallas's character from the get-go.
Believe that.
You're very adamant about that whole thing, and I agree.
Everybody that's come up has done nothing. Samoa Joe is finally, stepping up to what.
Well, I'd
be afraid if they make Bobby Roode, what are they going to do?
I would disagree with everybody. I just think the Bo Dallas gimmick was awful.
Oh, it's horrible. That's what we're saying. They screwed that up.
Because Kevin Owens came out of there. He's done with the him and Jericho stuff. He's won the Universal. He's won the US.
Okay, so you take 1 out of 10 guys that have come up, and he's actually done something.
And that's about the mathematics of how the wrestling works. You get 1 guy out of 20
but the problem is,
get over.
We're in an era where we need more superstars.
Yeah.
We have mid-cards running the show.
I don't know if it's so much about the mid-cards. It's a good point. But it's like it's like you get 2 separate writers, or you have
Bring back the Attitude Era.
We got to quit living in the past, man. That's not going to happen.
It might not happen, but that's when wrestling was at its high point.
But bring back Paul Ellering. Oh wait, he's there.
He's there.
Sorry, I had to slide Paul Ellering.
Oh my God, you've been waiting for that.
Yeah, all day.
Did you see?
That's the first time I've seen him smile this week.
It's
cheesing. Anyway, go ahead.
But it's almost like you have 2. It's almost like a battle. You have Triple H versus Vince. Because Triple H runs NXT, grooms these guys to go up to the main roster, and then when he gets to the main roster,
talk about a storyline.
Triple H versus Vince. NXT
right
takeover.
there. And kind of a takeover angle, which we've already discussed, the rehashing of everything they've ever done. So, but an NXT kind of, maybe not NXT takeover because you're not getting rid of NXT, but battle for control with Vince and Triple H.
That would be, guys.
And the thing is, you could set up you could set up an NXT faction on Raw and an NXT faction on SmackDown.
Who's ever faction in like a Survivor Series or something. We're all projecting here. We're projecting right now. But retires or has to leave the company. Vince is getting old. Time to retire. I think we're writing this stuff for you people.
It's not like that we're giving ideas. It's not like that we're giving ideas that are good ideas, but you guys wouldn't know what to do with it anyway.
Oh my God. I'd say book it, but
I got 3 hours a week that I could write stuff for.
Oh my God.
Think about that.
You even have women in there too. I mean, you got women in NXT that can come up too that could shake this up.
Asuka is begging to be called up. She looks like she's going to be called up for SummerSlam.
And I believe she just passed
Goldberg. Yeah.
No, she just passed CM Punk for the longest run.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ladies champion, but
ladies
still.
champion, but still.
Yeah, but
that's they're going to bring her up, and she's not going to win ever.
And they'll turn her into Kai and Tai or something like that. They'll do
Did you?
Yeah, he went there.
You just went Kai and Tai?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I think I have indigestion right now.
Take your Ajda pill, you'll be fine.
I love the fact you went to Ajda.
Yeah, absolutely.
My dad would be proud.
Absolutely.
But do we even bring up the women's Money in the Bank debacle?
Well, now that the dust has settled a bit from it, I think,
Was there any money in that bank?
Well, I think, honestly, it was, at the time of the pay-per-view, I was like, this is awful.
Soft bump.
But But the females do. What are you going to do, man?
And it's the first time around.
Sorry,
they don't know what they're doing.
But what are you going to do?
It's the first time around. I'll give them that one.
Who got the biggest pop of that match, other than that, like the flip that Charlotte did off the James Ellsworth getting booed off the ladder, basically, but he got the loudest reaction.
Yeah, he's also the biggest chick in the match.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not denying that.
But here's the thing. You're talking about the first time.
Oh, they cheapened it.
They beyond cheapened it. And now they're going to redo the match. Yeah. And it's like...
Ratings on SmackDown Tuesday.
I hope the ratings drop.
Yeah, I hope they bury it.
I hope they get buried in the ratings. Probably not. But
because it's not going to happen because you know why? Cena's showing up that week.
No, it's next week. Cena's 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now.
4th of July.
Oh, yeah, we got my week screwed up. Sorry.
But, they all run into each other.
Yes, they do.
But after watching Carmella cut her promo, she was so bratty. It was great.
You know what?
But exactly. She's doing her job. You hate her.
I just think she's a flat character. I think she's just another filler.
She's a little brat, and then
But you know what though? She's always been in the background a little bit.
Yeah.
She's kind of like been, like the one that would put all of the other ones over or whatever, or go in there and lose pretty much on a weekly basis. They seem to have something with her and James Ellsworth that seems to be working.
Yeah.
As far as like getting a pop, getting a reaction, because that's the key to everything.
Yeah.
Getting that pop, getting that reaction. I just question the timing of it though, with something that I don't want to say historic. A first time Money in the Bank with the women and everything like that. They could have picked a different way to do it, to me, because you know what? You never get a second time to make, I don't want to say a first impression, but to make history. This was history, and they had it in the palm of their hand, and there it went.
I think they just didn't know what they wanted to do with it.
I think that, I get that impression too.
Like
sometimes
they just didn't have, hey, who should we throw this to? I mean, you give it to Charlotte, it's obvious.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. Charlotte, obvious choice. I'm surprised. I thought Becky Lynch might have gotten it because Natalia's forever going to be the jobber. She's the one, and she knows her place. She's been doing it for 10 years. You know what I mean? She knows. I thought Becky Lynch was seriously going to be the one. And I thought they were going to get... Because she was kind of the first SmackDown champion. She was the whole thing.
Too, though. It's Money in the Bank. We still don't have a number one contender for the Ladies' Championship on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? Charlotte's going to face at the next pay-per-view and then lose it to her Money in the Bank?
I think it's going to be, to be honest with you, I think Charlotte's going to win it on with the redo.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be her as champion after the next pay-per-view, because I think that they've given Naomi her time.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her either.
She had a good
She's grown on me.
6 months run.
I mean, she's grown on me, she's
but
had
she's
a
still
run.
not.
She's had a run. I mean, it's 6 months. I mean, that's typical reign time. Whatever. I think her and Charlotte would be a decent feud.
Yeah.
They had a very good match.
You know what? Probably one of the most athletic women that they have. So I would say you take and you have Charlotte, who's an athletic freak. You have Naomi, who's an athletic freak. Let them go. Let them perform in the ring. I know you're into storylines and everything like that, but if you have two people that can just put the
storylines are born out of that. Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. But I think you just have to take your best two people and just let them go. Let them put on the match.
I agree with that.
There are no such. Here's a thought for you. There's no such thing as a 5-star storyline. There are such things as 5-star matches.